so this is part 3. As you can see, I've lifted out. I went back in and there isn't any camera footage of me doing this, but to do pieces like that where it becomes quite detailed, obviously what I do is I follow the lines with a paintbrush and an empty brush, so clean water, and then just put little bits and pieces of tissue paper across the top of it. I'll obviously work, but I felt like it was the right time to lift those highlights out of that, and it's worked quite nicely going across here. There's a few things that I'm going to work in now. I quite like what's going on with the sky. I'm not 100% fixed on where it's at the moment, but what I'm going to do now is play with the foreground a bit, and that'll involve using some bigger brushes, and hopefully it's one of the strong points of the original painting. Not that I like doing comparisons. Now I can't replicate it because there's things that are demonstrably changed, but I like this abstract work that's going on here, but I don't want to get too caught up in trying to replicate that. So we'll see what happens. It's the diamine inks again, and I think this is jet black. I can't. It's got so much ink over the bottle I can't see what the colour is now, but I know it's a variety of one of the it's either jet black or quartz black. Okay, so I'm just going to go in and get heavy with it, I think. And it's going to take doing things like that, kind of, yeah, looping stuff, and then I'll build into that. Don't forget, I'll be lifting out an awful, probably quite a lot of this. This is going to be one of those things, I suspect, where I've got stop, and I think it's starting to. That might be it. Down into there like that. Get that bit of body down there. Stop that. Just see what that does as it dries, because there's a lot on there now. definitely wait until it dries before, or it's a lot more thorough than it is now, or more thoroughly dried. Because the lines become obviously a lot more defined when you start using darker tones, and I want to, yeah, I'll probably want to switch that up at the beginning of it. I'm thinking of elaborating things here, abstract shapes in there already, but I'm going to see what the paint does yet, because it's still quite wet down there. And then I'll come back in and put some heavier tones in across here, and then it'll be a case of questioning what I'm going to do with that skyline. I'm very tempted with putting a piece of tissue paper across there now and just lifting that line out. I think that's what I am going to do. It's a bit too obvious. While I've got the chance, I'm going to do something about it. Obviously it helps clarify the horizon a bit better, which I'm not going to turn my nose up at. Definitely help. Put you in like that. Right, this is starting to settle down a bit at the front now. Yeah, I want to retain some of that brush mark, some of the character to it. It looks like there's a fair amount that's going to be retained, so that's great. So have a swig of tea. Not an awful lot of pen work going on in this one. In fact, I don't think there'll be any looking at it now. From what I remember, the smaller sketch was much the same. Really like this. Feel like I got the tone spot on that. I have to be careful that doesn't start dominating my me trying to retain it. Interesting. I think the next thing I will do is work out what's going to go on along here, which would obviously mean I've got to work out what's going on here as well, and then that'll bring me into focus on there. It's getting there. So drawing paint can be fun, but I'll stop it there for the moment and yeah, come back to it in a bit when it's dry again and film the next stage.